I was taking a class at the University of Minnesota, a night class, photography. That was 1971 in the fall. And there was a little note on a bulletin board, and it said, "Spend the winter in Mexico, see Professor Alan Downs." And I just took one look at that and I thought, boy, that sounds like an adventure I can't pass up. Alan Downs was an adventurer who was a photographer, filmmaker, painter, and a teacher who came to the University of Minnesota in the mid-1940s and was on the faculty for over 25 years.
Alan's work was documentary, and I would describe it as more than that. There was an aesthetic, a personal aesthetic, the way he presented things, his eye in terms of composition, the way he put things together. That's what separated him from a lot of filmmakers. Alan was a compassionate, erudite, interested man, which in my estimation made him a wonderful teacher and friend. I think it was 1971, Alan and I were talking about what our aspirations were, what our interests were, and we started talking about Mexico. And he informed me that he had a home in Tlaxiaco, which is in the state of Oaxaca. Then we started talking about, wouldn't it be great if we could have a program down there? It was hatched that easily.
The Winter Quarter in Mexico program started in 1972. Basically, we were told what town, how to get there, and when we were expected to be there. There were 30 of us. I knew nobody else in the class, but we all became fast friends. It was the beginning of the greatest adventure for all of us. Alan was the kind of teacher who wanted to give students the maximum amount of opportunities he could. And this was a way for him to share the place that he loved with so many. Tlaxiaco is a small town in the mountains, about an 8-hour ride from Mexico City. The area is rich with indigenous art, artisans, people who are doing small things, yet original things. We were fortunate to be able to work with a weaver, with a blacksmith, with a potter, and with a hat maker. The people were so welcoming, and they took us into their workshops and into their homes and into their studios, and were very happy to teach us what they knew. In March of 2013, I organized an exhibit of Alan Downs' work, which included film, photography, and paintings. I didn't know what shape this exhibit was going to take until I went to Mexico and to Anita Downs' home. When I was a student in Tlaxiaco in 1972, Alan's family was very much a part of our life. Anita Downs was very helpful in making sure that we were all comfortable in Tlaxiaco. She taught us Spanish. She had a closet full of archival material, including slides, contact sheets, negatives, photographs, some personal, some professional. It was an amalgam of materials. I was able to look at, catalog, measure, assess their condition. One of the best boxes that I opened contained a group of 2¼ Ektachrome slides that were of both life in Tlaxiaco and in other small towns in Mexico. When I looked at them, I realized that they were really a treasure, and I was not sure if anybody had ever seen these before. So I brought many of them back to Minnesota with me. Those formed the basis of some of the exciting work that we would have to show in the exhibition.
It's a great document of all the different areas that my father was interested in. He was interested in ceramics and sculpture and really in people and the beauty of Mexico. And I can smell the food and the way that the sun hits the earth here in this portrait, for example. It brings you to that space.
Today, Leela Downs is a Grammy award-winning singer, has performed all over the world. We were lucky to have Leela participate in the Alan Downs Project by doing an amazing concert called A Song for My Father. The exhibit also included the work of 24 students and faculty who participated in the Winter Quarter in Mexico program from the years 1972 through 1982.
It's very emotional to think that Minnesota, Mexico, this relationship is not only my own. It's shared with so many people, and the experience of being there, it marked them in some way and gave them a particular vision.
If you want to take art classes, you can take them anywhere. You know, I mean, you don't have to leave Minnesota to take a ceramics class. But the idea of being immersed in another culture, to see, you know, what that culture was about in terms of mores, values, art, craft, that was what we wanted to promote in this program. And we were successful.
Alan gave so many of us this amazing experience and opportunity to live in a new place, to explore, to understand our strengths and weaknesses, but to have an experience that has obviously carried us throughout life from that point. That was really a gift.